former Chief Lovett relaxed, smiling. When he answered his lawyer's questions, he turned to the jurors to finish a thought. You planning to appeal this, Chief?
Excuse me. Thank you. Move out the way. That's right. Just move out the way. No.
That was the former chief's daughter, Leslie Lovett. Her father helped defuse the situation. Her mother apologized. I was not injured. Was conscious and answering questions when he left this scene. It's pretty hard to believe when I'm just going to take a step out. A congressional hearing was held today on the national backlog of rape kits, but it doesn't look like this stadium will be empty for very long. Police say that little brother, just 13 years old, watched his brother being shot and killed after he was pistol whipped.
I always tell them to stick together. Y'all stick together. And it's stuck together. It's my baby.
Right now, police aren't releasing the names of the two teens charged with killing Michael Wright.
We don't want any retaliations as a result of this right now.
But witnesses tell me they saw a group of teens running from the scene of the shooting. They say one was wearing a mask and holding a gun. The victim's family says they tried to rob Michael's little brother first, then shot Michael and picked his pockets.
$10 and a cell phone. My nephew no longer here. It's unreal.
Channing Wright says he'd been planning to take the brothers up to North Carolina for the summer.
The environment here for young black males, it's not a good place for young black males.
A little more than a week ago, Michael graduated Myers Middle School.
He was decided to go to the 9th grade. He said, Mom, I can't wait to get up in the morning and walk to school.
Now, instead of planning a summer vacation, Brandy Wright is making plans to bury her son.
I don't understand.
A very important note here. Police say they don't believe that Michael did anything to contribute to his death. They say they'll release information on motive as well as the identity of the suspects just as soon as the investigation allows. Another note, they say they plan to charge at least one of these 15-year-olds as an adult. Last night, over the police scanner, Mayor Fountain may have heard his friend's last words.
I was monitoring the radio. I had just talked to him.
Mayor Fountain says the sheriff, his friend, was a man on a mission to eradicate drugs and drug addiction from Montgomery County.
He'd tell me, I feel bad for them, they can't get off. But I can't have them destroying other kids and other families.
Last night, the mayor was monitoring the police scanner as a high-speed chase crossed the county line.
I heard him when he got behind that vehicle. He said he was behind it. He blurted out that shots were being fired.
Then silence. Mayor Fountain rushed to the scene.
I got him out. Some folks jumped down there and helped me load him on a stretcher. We put him in the ambulance.
He knew his friend was gone.
I talked to him, but he weren't hearing me.
Today, this mayor and this county are coping the best they can.
That's a tough thing. You know. You lose a best friend, it's pretty tough.
Visitation for Sheriff O'Connor will be this Friday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Saliba Chapel in Mount Vernon. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. Saturday. Sheriff O'Connor will be buried with full honors in Mount Vernon Memorial Cemetery. In lieu of flowers, contributions may be made to Georgia Concerns of Police Survivors in Kennesaw. Reporting live in Mount Vernon, Connie Coooper, WTOC News. What's sad is that this is an issue that churches face across the country, particularly historic African-American churches like this one. They've been making contingency plans for violence since before the civil rights movement of the 1960s. They say they have to strike a delicate balance between welcoming newcomers and keeping their congregation safe.
It would have been nothing for a strange face to show up to my Bible study, and I would have been excited about it.
Tremont Temple has precautions in place, security cameras, locked doors, parishioners trained to defend the congregation, and placed at strategic locations in the sanctuary.
We have people in place for things of that nature, and everybody may not know where they are at times.
Are those people armed?
I'd rather not say.
But that's during Sunday service.
You never anticipating that happening during Bible study or a prayer meeting.
Across town at Savannah Christian, it's Sean Moyer's job to anticipate the unexpected. And what do you guys do?
I'm not going to speak specifically on what we do.
Moyer wouldn't share security plans so as not to compromise them, but he says Savannah Christian has a comprehensive safety program, one they teach to congregations across the country.
You don't put things like metal detectors in churches. That's not a welcoming aspect.
The key, Moyer says, is communication. Pastors, parishioners, and church staff keeping their eyes open for something out of place and having a plan.
We don't want to shut the door, because we want everyone to experience the joy of Christ.
Even before last night's awful violence, this issue of violence, gunfire in churches was serious enough for the Federal Emergency Management Agency to develop this. Its guide for developing high-quality emergency operation plans for houses of worship. We have that posted online on our news page, WTOC.com. Jody and David, back to you.